On this week's show, Nintendo dazzles us with an exceptional indie world showcase. Pokemon has some secrets, and Andy has already clinched the Retro Game Club. This is Nintendo Dual Screens, episode 131. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Nintendo Dual Screens episode 131. Just two more remain. Andy, very exciting stuff. We are, of course, sponsored by MeltedPins.com. I am one of your hosts, Stephen Fontana, and with me, as always, the aforementioned Andy Asimakis. How are you, Andy?
Wow, we're already almost done here. And I've already won Retro Game Club. I'm the champion. It's the third time in a row.
Technically, okay, so here's the thing.
Could you win in any way?
No, because if you get 0 this week, if I get 10 this week,
and I get 0 next week,
we're doing the awards next week, so I figured there wasn't going to be one.
Sure.
And then I get to go for the final episode.
Right.
Again.
And if I get 0,
I could technically tie you.
All right. So if you miss one, if you don't get on the first clue, then you lose.
No, because it would technically be my turn to give you clues on the final episode. So technically, I could only come within 10 points.
Oh, so you still lose.
Right, but if we decide that you're going to be a merciful God and give me one final chance to get a final 10 points,
a vengeful, wrathful deity, I would have no mercy on anyone's soul. I would just take lives.
I understand, and I sympathize.
First to go.
Absolutely.
Escape my wrath.
I would be the first one to off myself if I knew you were God. I'd be like, no, I'm good. See you in hell, Satan. For those of you that are new to Nintendo Dual Screens podcast, this is Andy Asimakis and Stephen Fontana of DualScreens.com's Nintendo show, where we talk about the indies and Nintendo's past, present, and future. We still didn't change the intro for this final thing. Yeah, this used to be the show where we interviewed devs and spoke about the Nindies and all that fun stuff, but that has been separated now. That is its own show on this same channel called the Dual Screens Podcast. And this show for the next couple of weeks until the first week of January is going to remain Nintendo Dual Screens, and then is going to change into the Dual Screens Games Cast, which is going to be about all video games in every aspect and facet, and that's going to have me and Andy and possible third wheels from all across the internet. Nintendo Dual Screens and then the Games Cast will post each and every Monday for your listening pleasure on your podcast service of choice, including YouTube, iHeartRadio, and Spotify, and of course on DualScreens.com. Please, if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, please consider leaving us a review because it helps us get in front of more people. Believe it or not. I'm going to look and see if we have other reviews while I do the rest of the rigmarole. Remember, if you want to support us on Patreon, you could do so by going to patreon.com/NDSpodcast. We cannot continue to grow without your support, so please consider backing us. As little as $1 gets you VIP Discord access, where you could chat with us, each other, and our indie dev guests. We just got another one. Last week's Dual Screens podcast guest, Matthew Allen Estock, is in there right now chatting up with our listeners. Like, I click it right now. They're just saying, hey, thank you for listening to me ramble on the podcast. Wicked cool interview, man. It was great. I very much enjoyed listening to someone talk about something they're so passionate about. You see, you can have conversations with our guests. No bullshit. Okay? And of course, you get a bonus episode each and every month for that $1 as well. And there are other tiers that you could support at and get various rewards for doing so. Please, if you want to check out our merchandise, please consider going to teespring.com/dual-screens-shop. So just search Dual Screens Shop on Teespring, and it'll show up, and you'll see a couple of items for merchandise if you want to buy some stuff. All right, Andy.
Hi.
Before we get into the lead story, before we get into the Nintendo News Report, let's get into everybody's favorite segment, the Nindies of the Week.
Oh,
what you been playing, handsome?
Now wait a minute. Before you continue any further, when we do the new show proper, will it be just the Indies of the Week?
Yes.
Okay, so it will still exist,
Yes.
just minus the N.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. I'm into it. Um, Shovel Knight.
I've heard excellent things. I've heard that that what you get for that is ridiculous in
Shovel
content.
Knight. The card game and that King's Quest one that came out recently. What is the full name of it? Hold on 1 minute.
King of Cards.
Yes, King of Cards. And one momentito.
Uno.
Yes, King of Cards. That's the king. And then the Showdown, Shovel Knight Showdown.
The Showdown mode. Yep.
Yes. Listen, I love Shovel Knight. It's a great game. It's a great IP. Can't wait for the new Shovel Knight 16-bit game coming out next year. Love the studio. I love yacht games. And listen, if there's ever a game that spoke to my NES sensibilities and my passion and love and admiration for sprites, it was Shovel Knight. And I bought it for Switch. So I believe Matt was praising it in the Discord not too long ago. And I would buy it as soon as possible and support this great team because they don't have enough money as it is. They need more of that. So throw some more cash their way.
Yeah. Just give them all the money because I want a Nintendo 64 version of Shovel Knight. I want Shovel Knight 64.
Never gonna happen.
That's what I want after their 16-bit version. Andy, I've been playing Demon Pit.
Oh, how is that?
Can't say because I just looked at the
thing. Are you embargoed?
I am embargoed.
Wait, I have on other platforms already.
It says reviews are embargoed until 9 a.m. Pacific time on Monday, December 16th. So the morning this goes. So
I'm going on the Steam right now.
It says Steam out on October 17th.
So it's been out.
So yes,
you can talk about
on
it.
Steam.
You can talk about
it. But I cannot talk about the Switch version.
All right. So talk about the game in general, which I'm sure is the same kind of game on Steam than is on Switch.
It is exactly what you would want in a first-person throwback shooter with demons and killing things.
Is it a lot like Doom?
100%. Yeah.
Quake. I get Quake vibes from it more than Doom.
It's like what is it? Wrath?
Oh, Aeon.
Wrath,
Wrath
and it's
Ruin?
a lot like what was the other one? Because that's not out yet, right? Wrath. I don't
You know
remember.
that game is out, by the way. We sort of missed
Wrath?
that.
Oh,
We should contact
There
people
was-
and
what was
get
the
on
one-
that shit.
Dusk.
Oh, Dusk, yes.
But it's more demons and less like spooky
10 more
spectrals.
pits.
It's more fire and hellstone. Yeah. There's I don't know, maybe I don't know. The enemy designs, they're not too many. Like they're not varied. This is a very focused game. So
A little generic.
there's not like a million weapons to choose from. I think
Don't need it.
so far I've only seen like 4 or 5.
Right.
But you can grapple and you could swing around the
So
level
it's
with
just
your bionic
waves, and you're in a pit, essentially. So that's a literal demon pit.
Yeah, 'cause you have to survive, but it has environmental hazards, and you're using the environment to your advantage, and you're constantly running
but
around,
there's
moving
no
around.
map or you're walking down a trail and you go through a door, then you find
No.
It's
It's
just you in a
more.
pit.
It's more about you staying alive
Right.
and scoring more points by keeping your multiplayer alive with killing without getting hit. And supposedly on Xbox One X, there's a 4K version of it.
It looks like a lot of fun. I'm just surprised it has so few reviews. I mean, it's a mostly positive score on Steam, but only 16 reviews. It's been out for almost 2 months now.
I think people who play these types of games want a story. They don't necessarily just want wave mode. I think that might be it.
Okay.
But it's
Fair
still it's still fun. Looking for something like that.
It looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah. That's I will definitely say
Looking
that.
forward to your review on that.
Yeah. I will not have it for tomorrow.
Okay.
For that's for sure. Just been entirely too busy. Let's see. No new reviews on Apple, but we do have 30 ratings now. The last I saw was 27. So
Look
we
at
did get
us.
3 more, but nobody wrote a review.
I'd
for it, so,
rather us get those better ratings. It's fine. I'll take it.
yeah.
I'll take any
We're
praise.
rated 4.9 out of 5.
Oh shit! We're not a perfect score anymore.
No,
I'm into it.
somebody rated us 1 star.
Yes. Oh, that feels good.
Doesn't it?
It feels really good because it means
does.
like someone gave a shit enough to like give us that 1 star. It's like seeing your first down thumb on a YouTube video.
I still feel like it's somebody we know just trolling
I
us.
feel
though.
like the second we get our first kill yourself as a comment, we'll have
We
made
already
it.
got that. We already got somebody threatening to kill my family who lived in. This is when I was on Proving Gamer. Who was writing that from a hotel room in I think it was Toronto, because you could trace the IP address.
Oh yeah. Remember
So I
that?
was like,
Remember
yeah.
that guy that was posting on my articles on dual
Yes.
screens? 'Cause
Yeah,
I kept shitting on Xbox.
Yes.
That guy was funny. I miss
guy got
him.
mad.
I miss my troll.
All right, so that's what we're playing,
I gotta let him back somehow.
and that's who's playing with our emotions. But now, what could we be playing? Not a lot coming out
What's
this week,
coming out in
Andy.
the next 2 weeks? Probably nothing. I want to say.
Rift Keeper is coming out on the
Gotta get that
17th.
as
Dual
soon as
Brain
possible.
Volume
Yeah, I
1
need that one, too.
Calculation.
Need that.
Kukiyomi, consider it.
I won't consider
Not
it.
consider it.
I won't consider
ITE.
it.
Consider space it.
I won't. I will not.
JDM Racing, and it has what appears to be a 1987 sedan
Mm.
on the cover. Can't explain that.
That's a great automobile.
Mirror, that's an Andy game.
It does look very Andy.
It looks very waifu,
Andy. I
blasting the
love my
pants
wife.
off
It's a
in
little-
with some sort of puzzle game.
Right.
Yep, that's exactly what it is. It's a match 3 puzzle game where you're blasting the clothing off of somebody,
Yep,
I
I'm
assume.
into it.
Okay. Melbit's World. Bayala the game.
Mm.
That's $40, Andy. That's $40, and it's all lowercase.
What
What is
is
Bayala
this?
the
I
game
gotta
all
click on that.
lowercase? This must be a kid's show or something. Oh my god, this looks atrocious.
Can we? I would hate to do this, but I would love to get.
Actually, it kind of looks cute.
I love to get guests on the show that I would never take seriously, and it's be like, where do you get off charging $40 for this game?
Who do you think you are? So this is apparently based on a movie? The game to the movie. When the dragons disappear, the power of magic might vanish too. Together with Sura, you set off on an adventure-packed journey through forests, into caves, and across Bayala's Dragon Mountains. Face off against the evil Shadow Queen Ophira. Save Bayala from certain doom and bring back the magic.
This is like a PS1 level quality game right here.
I mean, it looks fine, but
I would never.
but like
$40,
not
3 gigabytes.
not seeing it in motion,
Yeah.
it looks very stiff.
Get up.
Very stiff. What else we got? 60 parsecs.
Mm-hmm.
I bet that's funny. I'm opening that. Farable.
Just marked down
Clumsy
$5.
Rush.
Mm-hmm.
Farable. Yep.
And
And I think that's it.
That's
Yep,
it.
that's it. I'm looking at 60 parsecs because it's clearly an inside joke. What is this? Atomic Space Age was a blast until it became the post-apocalyptic space age. Your space station is about to explode and you only have 60 seconds before things get messy. What or who will you grab before you make your mad dash for the emergency shuttle and begin your journey into the great unknown? This is 60 Parsecs, a dark comedy sci-fi adventure set in the atomic space age, complete with all the Cold War paranoia, chrome-plated wall accents, and cockroaches with space helmets. Lead a crew of woefully unprepared astronauts equipped with whatever supplies you can grab before blasting off on a journey across the cosmos that's best described as misguided. Make the best of it while dealing with soup shortages and other horrors of outer space. Will you have what it takes to find a new home and survive? Color me intrigued.
Bon voyage. All right.
Color me intrigued,
gonna-
Andy.
Put this developer in the new tab because I'm sure we could
This
get
looks
on the show
fun as hell.
into
Looks
that.
a hand drawn too.
Oh, let's see how big their Twitter following is, so we can assess
Assess the situation, Andy.
the situation.
The game supports cloud save data. And it's coming out on the 20th, so it could be a nice little Christmas gift
They're
to
based
yourself.
in Poland.
Ooh, I like Polish people.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Their Twitter profile is beep boop. We are robots. We make games.
That's the name of the
And
studio, by the way.
also noteworthy here, we remaster. What else have they done?
Hmm.
Projects. Hmm.
You're seeing the wheels turn, ladies and gentlemen. Can this be a potential guest on the Dual Screens
Well,
podcast?
their projects are 60 parsecs, 60
Uh-huh.
seconds,
Uh-huh.
Stray, and then I'm
Okay.
guessing the remastered title is 60 seconds reatomized.
Perfect.
So there's that. Oh wait, is Stray what I think it is?
I don't know. I don't know
Oh,
what you're
is it?
thinking.
No, it's about a stray cat. It's a U game. This is
I
about
love it.
this is
Bring it
straight
on.
up a game about a cat.
Pull it stray and neutered.
Or is it a
Okay.
dog?
All right.
All right.
It's
It's
time to
time for
get
the show.
into the lead story here, which of course is all about the Indie World Showcase. They sprung it up. They said, "Hey, in a day and a half, you're getting a showcase about indie games," and we were all like, "Oh, okay, cool." So let's dive right in. They open up. I believe they open up with Sports Story, which
Yes.
is a sequel to Golf Story, but it has all the main is still golf, but then you get into things like cricket and soccer and tennis and whatever. There's all sorts of stuff. Like you're hitting all sorts of balls at all sorts of puzzles and battles and whatever. Um, I'm really excited about that because Golf Story, as you know, was one of our favorite games that first year of the Switch. Um, that's a first party game, right?
Yep. It is
Um,
only on the Switch, exclusively for the Switch.
yeah, and that's by an Australian team. That was the team that's in Australia, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Um,
Did not reply to my emails at all.
bastards.
Left me to rot.
So yeah, that's exciting stuff. What are your thoughts?
I like how they could have gone the easy milking route and done like basketball story, football story, pong story, but they've embraced the whole sports aspect of it. And now there's like dungeons and espionage, and it's getting more layered now, and it feels like a proper sequel and not a quick cash out that was just okay. We can just rehash golf start with a new sport. So I appreciate that. And it's been what 4 years since since the first game came out in this franchise, and it's a franchise now.
The Switch isn't 4 years old, is it?
It's coming on 4 years, I believe, next
No,
March.
we're not doing this podcast 4 years.
Oh shit, you're right. 3 years then.
Yeah, it can't be.
Holy shit! 3 years next year?
Yeah, yeah.
I can't believe because that's gonna go back into another news story we had later on in the segment.
We completed.
I just can't.
It was
get over that.
2017.
Oh my god!
Yeah, 2017. We did we did
All right, 3 years, but still.
2018 3. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So moving right along, we got more footage and what looks to be a fantastic video game, Streets of Rage 4, another sequel game. Looks really, really good. But we still don't know when it's coming. They just said first half of 2020. So that's kind of upsetting. But the game looks gorgeous. Andy, thoughts?
It makes me not care about Battletoads,
Oh, God, yes.
which
Battletoads.
isn't a stretch to begin with,
Mhm.
but this makes Battletoads far less desirable. Again, not a hard thing to do. But I'm a huge fan of the series, and it looks great. It's what every one of these like old IP should be doing it themselves. It's like you don't got to reinvent the wheel. Just take what worked best. Don't like totally destroy the visual styling of it, Battletoads. But just keep the faith of what it was, and people will buy it and they'll support it. Because when this was first announced, people went bonkers over it. And I'm glad it's not a rushed game. They're taking their time. It's got a lot of polish, and I can't wait for it.
Yeah, after playing like Fight and Rage and Streets of
Granted,
Red,
yes.
those like playing those two games, you're just like
They
it's
were nice
still a great
of the
it's still a great
daddy
genre.
work,
Say that
basically.
again. You broke up a little bit.
I said those are proper holdovers until Daddy came home from work. Because now, Papa's home.
Right.
Now the real game is here.
It just shows there's still value in that genre. Like you can still make it doesn't have to be a mindless punching game, you know?
Yeah, let's give it some nuance. Give it, you can make it feel fresh, but also adhere to what made the original so good.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, so then we got Gleam Light.
So this goes back to our discussion in the pre-show. But go on.
Mm-hmm.
Discuss what is Gleam Light, Steven?
Gleam Light is a video game from the Bloodstained Ritual of the Night people. That you play a sword. And looks like you're platforming, and it's a little bit of action.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't really grab me. Not really excited about this one.
Mm-hmm.
What about you?
Well, it is from the same team that brought us Bloodstained Ritual of the Night,
Mm-hmm.
so it's in good hands. I love the look of it, but already this game has started a little mini controversy. It seems
Oh, for Christ's sake! What
because
now?
apparently people think that this game is ripping off Hollow Knight to the point that Polygon had to reach out to the publisher and ask them if they were aware of Hollow Knight. Could you imagine? It's so fucking ridiculous.
I can't imagine. I mean, what's Hollow Knight about this? I don't get
think
it.
it looks like
A
a
platform action game?
which again, Hollow Knight was born from games like Symphony of the Night. So that wouldn't exist if it wasn't for games like Symphony.
Yeah, I just watched the trailer. I mean, it aside from it being where you attack things and you jump on platforms, are you serious? Like people really did? Okay, wow, that's
So Polygon reached out
stupid.
and asked the developer D3, the publisher D3, if the developer Dico or Diso or Dico, I'm not sure you pronounce that, Dico, if they were aware of Hollow Knight. And they got a response back. And they said Gleamlight is still in development and it's not final at this moment. The dev team is aware of Hollow Knight, but the game has nothing to do with that title. Which to me is a weird non-answer. It's like, well,
and you know what that answer is? That's what the fuck are you asking me that for?
First of all,
that's what that is.
Why would it be a part of of Hollow Knight? You don't got to clarify that. It's fine. And yeah, and also be fuck you and eat shit, because it has stained glass and like a nice art style, and it's a side-scrolling Metroidvania. So that's only Hollow Knight. They own that look.
It's the dumbest shit ever.
And this goes back to the whole that freaking Cuphead ripoff again in quotes. That was those two magicians. Because of course, you can't do a 1930s cartoon aesthetic in your game because Cuphead. You just can't. So all 8-bit and 16-bit games out there that look and feel like Mega Man or Castlevania or Mario or Link, just go away altogether. Like, where was this when Messenger came out? When Blossom Tales came out? No one even thought to ask them, have you played Link to the Past before? Have you played Ninja Gaiden? Have you, sir? Have you? I don't get it. I just don't get it.
Bacon Switch.
Bacon Switch. This game looks cool. You gotta throw, you gotta punch and combine and bake dough before time runs out.
It's overcooked, cooperative, but then it also, of course, has your competitive mode.
Is it ripping off Overcooked? Is that what you just said?
Clearly.
I think you just said that.
There's a difference between
an
homage
to spark
and a blatant
a new
ripoff.
controversy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you are picking up dough bits, throwing it into a kiln. uh, you're
Just the fact that you use that word on this podcast cracks me up. On the kiln.
was it a good word? Did I use it
You did.
correctly?
Is that
I
what
thought,
we make like pottery and shit?
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it looks like. I mean, it's clearly an oven, but
Yeah.
it looks like a kiln. Oh, but there's
Sure.
like boss fights apparently. I don't know. It looks fine. It looks cute.
It does look cute, yeah.
It looks like something that is gonna make us hate each other yet again.
Can't wait for it.
Then a game that is such a ripoff in name, Super Mash. I mean, come on, Super Mash, idiots. This is actually probably the most impressive thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yes.
I
love
this
this.
video game.
I love this.
You play a game shop owner, a brother and sister combo, and you discover a mysterious game console. And whenever you start the game, you get to choose 2 genres of game, and you put them in the game in the Super Mash machine, and it makes a game for you to play, like from scratch. It's insane. So, okay, Super Mash is a game that makes games. Pick 2 classic genres and mash. So platformer and their JRPG they pick as an example. And then it mashes them together. Every game is endlessly unique. Super duper bouncy ammo. Oh my god, all these different names. And it generates names and art and art style. Like one's pixel, one's shaded. It's ridiculous what they're doing. Turn-based RPG that's a platformer.
It's like a Metal Gear look-alike game too.
Yeah, there was a Blaster Master type game. When you play the levels, you unlock augments for the games.
There's a Sims look-alike game.
Ridiculous. Yeah. There's a Sims look-alike game.
I'm very into this.
This is ridiculous, dude. This is probably, hyperbole aside, this is probably the most impressive indie game I have ever seen conceptualized.
So, this will be worth $40. I would gladly pay $40 for a game with this much replayability. Because this is it's a guessing game. You can pick any 2 genres, and it will make something completely new every single time. And I love it. And you can share them with your friends. Like, oh, here's the game I got with these 2 genres. Play this. I'm into it. And May 2020, it's not far away.
Devolver is ripping off video games now. They showed the Talos Principle.
So before you go any
which is
further,
clearly a ripoff of Portal and what's that other stupid ass game? The Witness.
The thumbnail for the trailer is a robot holding a white kitten.
Yes.
I am very afraid for what this means. I have not played this game
Grab
before.
him by the pussy. That's what it means.
Is it like a Schrodinger's cat situation? Is that cat gonna die?
I'm sorry, that was crass. I shouldn't have said that.
That was very crass.
Leave that to the president. Like you're a robot and you're trying to solve puzzles. I mean, it looks interesting, but not for me. It'll break my brain. It looks like what?
Mist. Is it like that kind of a format?
It's puzzles. It's 120 puzzles.
Okay.
You manipulate laser beams and replicate time to prove your worth. Not for me.
No.
Another ripoff, Sail Forth, comes out looking like a Sea of Thieves fucking game.
No,
it's a single player game, however.
It's taking the sailing from Wind Waker and making it into its own game. So they're doing here.
Well, it kind of. I mean, I'm sure that Assassin's Creed Black Flag took some stuff from Wind Waker, but I got Black Flag vibes from this. Like the way you line up your shots and shoot your little balls across the thing. So the entire map is procedurally generated. You discover islands to explore. I think it's single player though, right? I didn't see anything about multiplayer. Clicking ahead, trying to see.
Well, it does say the word players discovering
I know.
islands to explore. So
I think that might just be
multiplayer.
like. No, I think that just means like people who buy
This
the
would
game.
be pretty sad if it was only a single player experience. If you're looting and fighting other pirate ships, and it's only a single player experience, that sounds like a bad move. I would rethink that if that's the case.
I don't mind having single player games because we're getting the ultimate crossplay multiplayer game here. Dauntless is out now for Nintendo Switch.
Will it make
It's
my
out
Switch
right
explode?
now. No. Scalable graphics, Andy.
Okay.
Scalable. Like Fortnite.
It looks pretty good though on Switch. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
All right.
Buzz
Crossplay.
Millington says that Super Mash is out on Steam.
Oh.
So you could play it right now if you want to. I know nothing about that.
Okay.
All right. So Dauntless, yes, if you don't know what that is a free-to-play like the same format as a Fortnite where you could buy a battle pass, but it's a free-to-play massive multiplayer Monster Hunter game where you pick a class of weapon that you want to use, you make your character, and you go and you hunt down giant beasts together with your friends. I used to play this with I think it was FNH Paul on Twitch. I would play on my PS4, he would play on his Xbox, and the chat worked great. We could hear each other, speak to each other. It was phenomenal. Being able to play this on Switch would be great. Get more players in there. Very excited for that game to continue to grow and succeed. Murder by Numbers,
which has a nice looking title, but it's just a shitty puzzle game.
Yeah, just looks like a simple. I don't know. Just looks like a simple puzzle. Like not simple because any puzzle is going to confuse the shit out of me. But it just looks like your whatever puzzle game.
It's just a puzzle game.
Oddworld: Stranger's Wrath HD.
Yeah, this came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I think I knew that this was being made. I just don't remember that it was coming to Switch.
Right.
I knew this was a thing, but it's coming in January.
I wonder if we'll get Soulstorm, which is the Abe's Odyssey. I'm sorry, Abe's Exodus remake.
Abe's Exodus.
Such a great bunch of games.
They are, but this game is very different from all the other
right.
games. This is a shooter.
This was a one-time Xbox classic or OG exclusive, correct?
Right. Well, no, the Oddworld 3
Munch's Odyssey.
The Xbox. Yeah, one of those. One of the I think it was the third one.
Stranger's Wrath, I think, was also just Xbox original for a long time before I went
I feel like it came to GameCube. Let's
not initially. I don't think so.
Stranger's Wrath. I'm gonna look it up. Okay, let's go to the wiki. No, this came to So it came to Xbox, Windows. So yeah, it was originally an Xbox and a Windows game, and then it came to PlayStation 3.
Yeah, a while after
PS Vita.
Yes.
Listen to this. It came to OnLive.
Yes, it did.
iOS.
I'm sure it did also.
Android.
Yeah, it was everywhere.
Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Ouya.
Oh, that's right. It was on the freaking Ouya. That was a weird moment in time when those games were exclusively to Xbox systems. That was a weird move. I never got that.
The game of show, Skatebird.
Oh, hell yeah.
was shown.
That is a future guest.
This was This was at PAX East. It was getting a lot of buzz, a lot of chirping about this one.
Just hold your beak for a minute before I claw your eyes out.
Yeah, people were watching this game and cooing, and it was just a really. It's basically Tony Hawk, but you're using birds.
I would say in the pecking order, this was the top tier game.
Yeah, I would say. Yeah.
Tony Hawk.
But yeah, this is like birds riding tape deck toys.
Birds with a Z. Just a little extra edge.
Or skate with an 8. Yeah.
Oh my god.
But yeah, I'm all about that life. Give me that game tomorrow.
Yeah, I need it.
This is coming in late 2020. How much can you possibly do to make that game better than what we see?
It looks like it's done.
Just give me that game. You can give me 3 maps. remake. Give me what you've made, and then remake like the classic Tony Hawk and Tony Hawk 2 levels, but with paper products. Liberated. I don't know what this game is. It's got stealth, action, platforming. The cutscenes are done with like graphic novel style. It looks super stylish. It won a ton of awards. Like if you look at the opener of the trailer, PAX West Best in Show, Pixel Award Europe Best Art, Pixel Award Europe Best Narrative, Best Indie Grand Prix Award, Warsaw Excellence, Best Game at SXSW, South by Southwest. Famitsu gave it the Indie Prize in nominee in 2019. I mean, okay. It looks gorgeous. It looks kind of like Shadow Complex meets like Limbo, kind of, in its art style, but it looks pretty cool. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I saw it. I'm into it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is it something it's going to be on your radar for 2020?
Definitely on the radar. But when you have the likes of Escaper, it's hard to think of anything else at this point. That's all the body and mind needs to be happy. So I may get to it.
Speaking of bodies and needs. Boyfriend Dungeon.
Don't with this game.
This game looks really cute.
It is
fun.
cute. And I've already reached out to the developer to come on the show because the premise is so insane. So, correct me if I'm wrong. This game is already on Steam, I believe. Your weapons have like a sort of human male avatar.
Yes.
And you can date them.
Yes.
And it's like a dungeon crawler.
Yeah.
With this.
So it's a dating sim dungeon crawler. Players forge precious memories with many different loves and then use their individual combat styles to clear out monsters and uncover dungeons' secrets. Boyfriend Dungeon wants to be more than just friends with Nintendo Switch in 2020. That's the write-up from Nintendo Life. I love it. That's great.
What else?
You know what? I love a dungeon crawler, so I'm all for it.
Me too. And I love any sort of homoerotic undertones.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So,
Dreamscaper. I don't really know what. This is one of those games about depression. It looks like kind of like a narrative-based action game. Interesting art style. None of the characters have faces. But it looks like when you sleep, you go into your nightmares, and it's like you're fighting your nightmares and depression and all that stuff in your dream. So that I guess you can have a better life outside your dreams, I guess.
mm-hmm.
I mean, it looks like one of those games that like would kind of take you by surprise, like a Child of Light. I could see it being a pretty cool action RPG with some really heavy narrative stuff.
Right.
Thoughts?
Yeah, it just looks a little generic for me. I like the sentiment, but nothing really wowed me about it.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah. You
don't have to be wowed about everything.
I'm sure I don't.
Buzz Killington was very wowed by the Survivalists, and I don't know why. It doesn't look that good.
Have you seen it? It looks really fun.
Yeah, it's not my type of game. Like I don't these godlike games where you kind of are guiding civilizations through time and all that stuff. I don't like resource management. I hate it. I don't like crafting this style of crafting. I don't like crafting under a timer. It does look cool. Looks like a little like 16-bit-ish, but you're basically training monkeys to build civilization for you.
I love it.
Not civilization, but a survival camp. But you could do co-op sandbox survival, so that could be something really cool that you and I can do.
Yeah. But yes,
this is coming in 2020. no date for that.
Yeah, a lot of things are like way out for next year, I feel, with this indie showcase. Like most of it.
Yeah. It's great. I think this was more of a, hey, the Switch is going to be supported by indies beyond 2020. I think that's what this was. And there's no game that says that more than the final game that was announced, which is Axiom Verge 2.
Oh, this was the pinnacle of the show, the highlight. This really caught me off guard because I thought that this was a one and done deal for this IP, and it was a one person team, which we've had on the show, that same kind of story. Which Thomas Knapp, I'm coming for you, buddy. You come on the show, like it or not. And great game, but it's years old. I want to say, what, 2014 maybe? 2015?
I think it was 2015. I think it's been 4
So
years.
it's been a while.
Yeah.
And this guy's been ultra quiet. And then this teaser comes out. And it looks nothing like the first Axiom Verge, which I love. I mean, yes, the pixels and the gameplay, the side-scrolling format's still there, but it looks incredible. It looks so wild.
I like that it's brighter.
Yeah.
And it's got more color. It's got more light. Axiom Verge was very dark, very purple, very pink. This has a lot
Very
of green
red.
and yellow. Yeah. I like that a lot. This is more like at least what they showed
Yeah,
was
this took the show
like on a
from me.
mountain or something.
Yeah, this took the show from me. This made the whole thing worthwhile. I loved it.
Speaking of a show, let's get into the Nintendo news report. We have a couple of Nintendo
A few
tidbits
things, yeah.
to
Of
talk
note.
about with the Game Awards. Announced was Bravely Default 2, which is Bravely 3. Great. As we mentioned on our Patreon exclusive episode, which is up right now on patreon.com/NDS podcast, we spoke about how it seems like Square Enix is passing the traditional JRPG torch from Final Fantasy to the Bravely series. The 16-bit-ish style RPG, which is great because Bravely is a really great RPG on the 3DS family of handhelds, and now it is getting it's graduating to the Switch, which is awesome to see, and it essentially spells the doom for the 3DS.
Yeah, it's been dead for a long time. We can move on from that. It's over.
We can. Just move on, guys. Just move on.
Let's moveon.org. That's all you gotta do at this point.
We got to see some footage of No More Heroes 3.
Oh, this surprised me.
That looks really cool.
Because
weren't
we told that if the Travis Strikes Back sold well, we would get a proper No More Heroes game?
Yeah.
There it is, fans. You did it. You gave us this, probably.
He was already making that. There's no way.
No way. It wasn't already being in development.
Yeah, I don't know. There was no Smash Bros. Announcement.
Okay,
all,
so
like,
this for me, I was laughing out loud. So I read a headline that was something along the lines of Jeff Keighley addresses missing Smash Brothers character announcement. Now, my first thought was, it can't be missing if it was never promised to be there. And I love how it happened once last year. Why would it happen again this year? And that was Jeff's actual response. Like, no, dude, we got that stuff last year with Joker. It was fun and all, but yeah, no. I don't know why you thought you'd expect the final player to be revealed at the Game Awards. Like, we got a new system announced and revealed. So
yeah, I don't
get it. You were all about
expectation.
Master Chief being shown at this thing.
Oh, it's happening.
No, your exact words were, "It'll be announced for the show."
No.
I have the receipts.
Oh my God! That came out of nowhere.
Awards,
I
100%.
apologize, listener.
Based on some ultra fake Cortana sound alike.
Yeah, you have to understand. I do that. I do that to annoy Buzz.
Oh, I know that.
That's the main reason. Like, I could not give less shits about the DLC characters for Smash Bros. Like, I just don't care. Unless you're gonna give me some, like, I don't know. Unless you're going to announce that a character is coming there because they're getting a crossover, or like a game is coming to it. Like, if you show me, let's pick somebody out of thin air, Nathan Drake, and then say the fucking Nathan Drake collection is coming to Switch, I would be like, oh, what? But if you're just gonna show, be, oh yeah, it's
Just to piggyback off that, there was a rumor I read
piggyback
in conjunction with this whole "Where was the Smash announcement for the Game Awards?" that Gordon Freeman was going to be in Smash, because the guy that knew about the Alex game for Steam VR, the Steam game,
yeah,
because he knew he guessed that game, or he leaked it before it was actually revealed. He was all like, "Oh yeah, and we'll also get Gordon Freeman for Smash," and people bought into it.
Why
It's like, of all people to have in Smash,
that's
why would you think that was real?
what significance does that character have
None.
to Nintendo in any way, shape, or form?
And I love to watch Gordon smash Zelda with a crowbar across.
Give me a cartoon character. Give me Crash Bandicoot or something. Hell, give me Croc. Give me Croc.
I'll take Tomba.
Give me just I hate it.
You're a Croc.
Give me peanut butter jelly time. Give me that little banana with the maracas.
Give me Star Wars kid. Give me Afro Ninja. Just don't give me Gordon Freeman.
Yes.
What else happened this week?
All right, well, that's really it for Nintendo. But then you had you threw a little one-liner in here that Nintendo Switch has outsold the Xbox One.
Right. This goes back to my previous shock that the Switch is not even 3 years old yet. It just boggles my mind how something that was on the market for less than half of the time as the Xbox One, which has had its initial version, its souped up version, its cheaper version, its digital version. It's got 4 models on the market, all that have been dramatically price cut throughout the years, been on sale handful of times, and it was surpassed in just under 3 years by the Switch.
Yeah. They had the OG, they had the S, then they had the SAD.
Oh, it's sad, all right.
And then they had the X, right? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
No,
was the SAD after the X?
Yes.
The SAD was all over the place, so it doesn't matter when it came.
Everybody was sad. So yeah, it's got 41 million units, 41 and change, and there's really no slowing down. I think it sold like 2.5 million.
Right.
Didn't they say it was like 2.5 million for
something like that? Yeah.
Black Friday through now.
But you know what? The Xbox X is going to come out soon, so we got that to look forward to.
The Xbox
Sex. That's what I'm calling it. What would you call it?
Yeah, no, that works.
Right? That's what I was. That's its name now.
And the last bit of news, this is not related, also not related to the Game Awards, but I found this little article on thegamer.com. They ran a little article called Pokemon Sword and Shield Things You Probably Missed, and I thought this was interesting. So, here we go. So the first title is High Tech What? If you never tried adjusting the sound levels in the game, we don't blame you. The musical score is absolutely wonderful, and there's no need to mess around with the settings. For those of you who enjoy listening to their own music during adventures, well, you're in for a bit of a shock. By default, the sound settings are not adjustable. You will need to talk to a random NPC in Motostoke to acquire the High Tech Earbuds, an item that unlocks the ability to modify the sound settings. If you aren't the adventurous type, he's easy to miss. I got those, and I had no idea what they were for. So, there you go. The next one is Happy Birthday to you. We're going to go out on a limb and say you probably haven't played Sword and Shield on your birthday. I did, and I did not do this. If you have, what are the odds that you're cooking up a delicious curry? Even if you did happen to be doing both those things, it's still easy to miss this Easter egg. Curry cooked on your birthday will appear with a candle on it. So there you go. What else we got? Modify your bike uniform colors. So you can change the color of your bike uniform based on There's an NPC by the nursery in the wild area, so you could do that. Face-to-face camping. Looking to get some good pictures of your Pokemon while camping? Press the right joystick. Will lower the player down to the eye level of the Pokemon, so you can actually get eye level with the Pokemon. Now, these sound stupid to you, but there's no tutorial telling you to do any of this shit.
It does sound a little stupid.
If you rotate
A
the I think it's the left analog stick around in circle, you do a little dance move. Whistling, if you're in the grass, you can whistle, and it'll lure wild Pokemon to you. So those are things the game doesn't tell you about that you can do, which I thought was really cute. I knew about a couple of them. There's one Pokemon, Milcry or something like that, that can only evolve if you hold a certain berry item and then do the dance move, like spin around, and then it'll like mix. It makes it a milkshake, apparently, like kind of, or like a sundae or something. I don't know, but it becomes a new Pokemon, which is cool. Nothing in the hype zone, Andy.
Well, there is a hype zone snippet we got from our friend Buzz.
Tell me.
A.K.A. Zach from Kotaku.com. Written by a guy named Zach, oddly enough. Just to add to the spook factor of this.
That's ominous.
Of this hype zone. That there's a creepy ghost that will secretly follow you in Super Mario Land. Super Mario 3D Land. Now, apparently, in World 4-4, there's a ghost that's easy to miss at the end of the level. If you wait at the end of the level, it will slowly appear behind a fence in the woods in the background. Who is this ghost? No one knows. Why is it there? We have no idea.
It's Iwata.
But I think this is... It's Iwata's ghost. I think this is Nintendo trying to tell us something. That Mario is going to evolve into a full-blown horror franchise.
Yes.
They're teasing it lightly with Luigi's Mansion. Test the waters.
Mm-hmm.
They've tested in years past with the creepy-ass piano from Mario 64 and that monster eel that gave us all nightmares. Well, the time has come to give us our true nightmares. This is it. No turning back.
So
the lovable plumber is going to fight the undead and give us the scares we've all been waiting for. Are you still there? Did I lose you?
No, I'm
Did
here.
the ghost catch you?
But let's think about this.
Yes.
Super Mario 3D Land came out in 2011. Iwata died in 2015. Is it possible that he knew he had a terminal illness and programmed himself as a ghost in the game so he could live on forever in a Nintendo product?
It will always be Mario's shadow. Just always there behind him, following him. Alrighty, and that's the hype zone. I think it's sponsor time, Steven. Thinking about fun, creepy things you can buy online right now.
Yeah, sponsored by meltedpins.com as always. Meltedpins.com is artist Kelsey Lynn's website. She's done art for many different podcasts and many different websites, and she does her own hand-drawn art pieces, which are tattoo art inspired. Pins, buttons, and canvas bags and stickers and all sorts of really cool stuff. If you go to meltedpins.com and you see something you like, you know what? I want to click and see if we got anything new on the site for the holiday season. No, nothing new. It's been a while since there's been something new, so I can't wait to see what I know Kelsey had just moved, and there might have been some other stuff like that going on. But really cool stuff. And you know, it's a local business. It's a small business, It's an artist that's independent, doing things on her own. So if you want to support somebody like that, go to meltedpins.com and use the checkout code NDSmelted, and you will get 10% off of your purchase. That's right, you get 10 whole percent off of your purchase if you just use the code NDSmelted. If you want to follow Melted Pins, you can see all the different types of art. Maybe there's some sneaky, I don't know, new designs being worked on. Go to search at Melted Pins on Twitter and Instagram. That's at Melted Pins. I see some really cool stuff on there, so get on there and look it out. And again, that's meltedpins.com, promo code NDSmelted. And now, it is time to get into the Retro Game Club. I can see if I could close the gap to 10 points here, I mean, I would be happy with 5 points.
Right, listen, you're going to lose either way. It doesn't matter how wide the margin is, if it's close or not. 20 points is a huge deficit for you, but if you can make it like 15 or 8, 5 or 8, it's a little bit more respectable for you.
All right, Andy.
All right.
This is how the Retro Game Club works. You are going to give me clues one by one. 10 clues total. The sooner I guess the game, the more points I get. For example, if you tell me one clue and I get it, the game, I get 10 points. If I guess it right now, I get 100 points. I would get 100 points if I guessed it right now.
You have nothing to lose at this point.
No, I know.
You realize this.
I know. It's just a matter of what system I think you're going to choose for this. I think you're going to go N64. Let's see.
I'll give you a leg up. It is not on that system.
Damn you communist pig dog. I'll say SNES games. Okay. Let's pick one. Is this game Doom on the Super Nintendo?
It is not Doom on the Super Nintendo.
All right. So, yeah, so the game has to have appeared on the GameCube and back. All right, Andy, what is my first clue?
The word super appears in this game's title.
Whoa. That is shockingly a long list of video game.
It is.
That's the problem.
It is.
Super Ghouls and Ghosts.
Mm-hmm.
There's Super Tetris. I think there was even a Super Tetris. Let's think. Super Mario. Oh my God! If you went that simple just to say fuck you,
just to give you some points,
I would be so mad at you. Super Adventure Island.
There's a lot. Super Contra. No, that was Nintendo.
Super Bomberman.
Super Punch Out.
Super Castlevania, which I think we got once already.
I think we did.
Super Double Dragon.
Yes.
That game sucked.
These are all great. All great answers. All possible.
Yeah. I would like another clue, please.
All right. This series began as a Game Boy title.
Tetris is now coming to mind here. But was that on NES first? Yeah, it was. Game Boy. So let's think. Which game started on Game Boy? None of the sports games did. Those were all on NES. EDF. I don't think that started on. I think that started on Super Nintendo, actually. Did Bomberman start on Game Boy? I feel like that started in the I feel like that started in the arcade. Yeah, I don't know about that one. Adventure Island started on. I think that started on NES. All right, let's do one more clue.
Okay.
So this would be for 8 points.
Yes. This game is a Metroidvania like title.
Uh-huh. Metroidvania. Which one's a Metroidvania? Castlevania 4. But that doesn't make any sense. I don't. That's a gap in my knowledge. I didn't really play those games as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next clue.
Oh, it's a Metroidvania game, but it's also a side-scrolling platformer. It's also a racing type game.
Oh.
Oh, wait a minute. This game is actually a compilation of multiple games.
Oh God. Oh God.
Or should I say, sub-games.
Sub games. I don't like this one bit. I don't like what's happening here. Oh, what the hell can this be? Smash TV maybe?
Ooh, Super Smash TV is a great fucking game.
But that was really just about, that was just a wave game, right? Yeah, that wasn't.
I spent too many quarters on that game when I was a kid.
Yeah, that game
Way
ramped up
too
in
many.
difficulty very quickly.
Fucking Midway. Trying to bankrupt my family when I was a child.
Essentially, yeah.
Between that and Mortal Kombat. It's too much for my dad's meager income as a waiter. I'm sorry, Dad.
Poor man.
So sorry. All right, next clue. How you feeling?
Yeah, this is I feel like this is a very, very dark corner of my
All
knowledge.
right, next clue. In fact, the game's cover proudly advertises that there are 8 games in one.
This is gonna be like Super 8-in-1, isn't it?
Could you imagine a game that was called Super 8-in-1 had to say on the cover? It's 8 games in one.
Yeah, no, I
case you're
100%. 100%. Okay, 8-in-1 game. Oh man, the only games that had that kind of shit in it when I was a kid were those bootleg games that I used to have. So it had side scroller, it had racing, you said?
A race type game.
Racing type game.
Where the goal was to eat as much food as possible. You had to cross the finish line along the way.
I don't know what this game is.
This might help you
This-
a little bit.
Oh God. Okay.
This game stars one of Nintendo's most iconic protagonists. It's not Mario,
Yeah.
not Link, it's not Samus. Who else could it be? When you think of the go-to Nintendo franchises,
Donkey Kong.
like we'll get that one, we'll get this one this year, we'll get this series. This
Kirby.
guy is up there.
Kirby, Donkey Kong, Yoshi.
It is one of those three.
Interesting. Okay.
I'm just trying to give you points at this point.
Yeah, but I don't know any games that have them in there.
Super Donkey Kong's 8-1.
Yeah. Super Kirby versus Donkey Kong. This might not be on the Super Nintendo.
It is enough. Kirby's super terrific action pack game.
Oh wait, you said it has Super in the title, not that it starts with Super, right?
That is
Oh,
correct.
no. Oh no.
You're very perceptive sometimes.
Oh no. That makes things worse.
Because maybe it's not a Super Nintendo game after all.
Yeah, but no, not even that. No, that just makes it worse.
Right. Because your whole thought process is fucked.
Yeah, because I was just yeah. Oh, this is bad.
This is so bad.
Kirby's Super Adventure.
Is that what you're going with?
No. That's not what I'm going with. I don't play a lot of Kirby games. Let's see. Epic. Robobot. I remember that one.
What, that 3DS game?
I don't know
Robot
what it
Land?
was for. I'm
Planet
just
Roboto?
trying to remember. 64, that terrible game.
The Crystal Shards.
There's like a million Dreamlands.
There are a million Dreamlands.
Kirby's Star Stacker. Starland. Star Shooting Star. It's gonna be something stupid. I know.
Kirby's Super Shooting Star.
Yeah, that's what I'm going with. Kirby's Super Shooting Star. No, Kirby's Super Shooter. Kirby's Super Deluxe 8-1. Kirby's Super Air. No,
Super Air Ride?
Kirby's Super Squad. Kirby's.
Come on, just land on one.
Super Dreamland. Kirby's Super Dream. Kirby. No, doesn't sound right. Kirby's. It can't be Kirby Superstar. That would be just stupid. Because he's not a superstar. He's Q list at best. It's Kirby Superstar, isn't it? God damn it. Is that a thing? Is that a game? I don't think that's a game. It better not be a game. It's a game, isn't it, Andy?
I'm waiting for you to say final answer so I can move on.
Final answer, Kirby Superstar. It's the only thing that makes fucking sense.
Say it one more time.
Kirby Superstar.
Kirby or
Kirby.
Kirby's?
No, I mean Kirby. I'm going Kirby. No apostrophe S.
This
damn
game
it.
in Japan
There's
is
another
known
word in
as
this fucking title.
Kirby's Fun Pack. I'm sorry, in the PAL regions as Kirby's Fun Pack.
Why?
But here in the States, it is known as Kirby Super Duper Star. Sorry, you fucked
Oh,
up.
no.
I'm kidding.
Oh,
I'm kidding.
no.
It is, in fact, Kirby Superstar.
All right, I'm Googling this.
And the cover does say 8 games in 1.
Kirby Superstar. Yep, Kirby Fun Pack. What is this? An enhanced remake titled Kirby Superstar Ultra on the DS. Oh, that's
Never got
annoying.
that.
That's the only reason why I would even know that was a name. That's probably where I know Superstar from. Oh my God, he's got a little crown on his head.
Well, that's the wizard power, as it were.
All right. Spring Breeze, Streamland, Dynablade, an original a giant bird fight game. Gourmet Race, a race type mode which Kirby must race against King DDD while eating as much food as possible. Okay. Okay. The Great Cave Effect. Why have I not played this game?
It's a great game.
I feel like this is ripe for a Nintendo Switch
I
remake.
think because it wasn't like a proper sequel, like a standalone, it's a simple adventure game.
They were just bored.
There was a bunch of mini games lumped into one. That's why a lot of people passed over it. But it was a really good game, though.
Yeah.
Was...
That brings us to the end.
We made it.
We're done for this episode. It's over.
An hour and a half, I feel it was. Maybe longer.
An hour and 10. Not bad. Not bad at all. Remember, folks, if you want to follow us on social media, you could do so at NDS Podcast. I am at Batchild27, and Andy is at PantsGuy. If you want to join our Facebook group, please do. Look up facebook.com/group/Dual Screens Podcast. That's facebook.com/groups/Dual Screens Podcast. Simple. You can follow me and us, or I guess it's really just me, on Twitch at twitch.tv/Dual Screen Streams. Thank you very much to our contributors, Zazu Pitts of Sour Note Productions for our theme song, 16-Bit Attack. Thank you, Matt Murray of us, really. He's just a contributor to us. Yeah. Overall, great dude for our logos and whatnot, and our Twitch overlays and all the fun stuff. Thank you, Dan Colonna of Dinosaur Machines, Hit Buttons Gaming, and twitch.tv/DanO'Mac for the very original and going away very soon Nintendo Dual Screens logo. Does it make you sad, Andy, to hear that?
Yes, but I just realized during a recording, someone called Sad Latte started following us on Twitter.
Yes, I saw that. I saw that as well.
That makes me sad.
And thank you, Andrew Douglas, for all of our podcast art. All those cartoon versions of us is from Andrew. And you can follow him on social media at Angimoto, ANGIMOTO. Fantastic artist. His work ethic is second to none, and what he does for us, how quickly he does it for us, is just awe-inspiring. So thank you, Andrew, for everything you have done for us. Eventually, we're going to meet you. We're going to buy you a drink, and maybe when we get T-shirts made and we actually get them in hand, we would love to send you them. Yeah, again, if you want to hear this show's pre or post show, support us on patreon.com/NDS podcast, and just $5 gets you the super secret audio where we talk about nonsense before and or after the show. Yeah. All right, Andy, is there anything you want to tell the kids before we go?
Yeah. We'll see you back on Thursday for the Dual Screens podcast, which was, I think, one of my favorite interviews ever on the show.
Yeah.
It was a really great discussion. We had the boys from D-Quid Games on talking about Swim Sanity, and yeah, it was a story, man, and you're gonna love it.
It was a great story. It was a great conversation. It was funny. We had a good time. It was a good banter, high quality stuff. Thank you so much for the positive feedback on the first 2 episodes that we've done of the Dual Screens podcast. We do appreciate it. Remember, guys, guys and girls, if you're listening to this on Apple or iTunes, please leave a review. It helps the show so much. The best way that you could help us is to just share this with friends. Go on in your Facebook groups that you're a part of. Share it there. Share it to your Reddits. Share it to your Twitter. Share it to anywhere where you think people will listen to really fun, entertaining shows. Please share this around. We appreciate it so very much. Remember, there are just 2 more episodes of the Nintendo Dual Screens podcast before it changes into the Dual Screens Games Cast. So if you so here's what we're going to do. Next week is all about the awards we're going to give out for all the Nintendo shit that we played throughout the year. These prestigious third annual NDS Awards. The final episode, which is going to be on the 30th, that is going to be just Andy and I kind of reminiscing about Dual Screens. And you guys have homework if you are listening to this. Please write us emails about what your favorite moments of this show, your favorite guests, your favorite segments, whatever it is. You can email us feedback@ndspodcast.com. That's feedback@ndspodcast.com. If you are in our Patreon, then you get into our Discord. We also have a mailbag in Discord where you could also submit those moments, which we want to reminisce. We want to have something to talk about with you guys, specifically from you. Any questions you want asked that you never thought to write in for whatever reason, send it to us. We want to hear from you. We've done 100. At that time, that will be 132 of these in the bag plus bonus episodes that we've done, public bonus episodes. You have to have some questions for us. We've been doing this
why
forever.
are you still doing this?
No, yeah, right. So it didn't work when you did one of these. Now you're doing two of these.
What keeps you going?
Why?
What keeps you awake at night? How do you live with yourselves?
Very moment to moment, really. So please do that for us so that we have a fantastic send-off for Nintendo Dual Screens podcast. But with that, that is going to bring us to the end. Thank you, Andy, so much for recording.
Oh, it was great. It's always a blast.
This has been Nintendo Dual Screens episode 131 for the week of December 16th, 2019. Take care, and as always, please be excellent to each other.